Deuteronomy 26:10b. Vehinachto lifnei Adonai Elohecha, vehishtachavitta lifnei Adonai Elohecha. So we get now two vav consecutives on the perfect, or two vekatal forms, and so we're kind of still keeping or now pushing the time boundary into the future. These are both 2ms verbs, and so we're moving now from the direct speech that began in verse 5 to "and you shall." So still referring to the first fruits offering, but now we get "and you shall put it down." Now this is interesting. Where do we get put it down? Verbal root is nuch, which means to rest, and this is a hifil perfect 2ms plus the third masculine singular pronominal suffix here. So we would get something like, "and you shall cause it to rest," which means you shall put it down. Notice in the perfect, even in the hifil, in the perfect of the hollow verb nuch, we get that compressed form. So we drop the middle vav yod altogether and then get an a vowel in this particular case for the thematic vowel. So, "and you shall put it down before the Lord your God," or in front of the Lord your God. Notice this is literally "to the faces of," or "to the face of the Lord your God," but it became so prominent that we don't translate it literally like that. It's just the locative "before" here in this case. Now we get another vav consecutive form here, vav consecutive on the perfect. Now this one is a little bit odd. Some would argue that this is a hitpael of the verbal root shacha, and then notice a third hey would find a vav dropping in here for third vav yods, because remember third heys are really third vav yods. Others would argue that this is a hishtafel of the verbal root chava. Now, that's actually the position that I take on this one. The verbal root chava is the only root that does this. So it's not like you need to learn another stem and all of its conjugations and all of its morphology. Chava is where you see this, and you actually see it quite prominently. The 2ms is the same, notice here, and then, again, instead of a third hey, we get this yod dropping in here. So I think that this is a better explanation of this one, hishtafel of chava. At the end of the day, it's a vav consecutive 2ms, and what we get then is, "and you shall worship before the Lord your God."